Hello students, a very warm welcome to my botany class. The topic for today's discussion is Koch's postulate. Koch's postulate is very important for us to study pathology of any type of disease. Koch's postulates are methods of identification of a previously unknown disease. Now see, after detection of a pathogen on a diseased plant, the pathogen is identified with the help of authentic manuals. If the pathogen is known to cause such a disease, then the diagnosis of the disease may be considered completed. Without this procedure, it is never complete. Now, if on the other hand, the pathogen is found, the pathogen that is under study seems to be the cause of the disease, but no previous reports exist regarding the cause of the disease, then the following steps are taken to verify the Koch's postulate that the isolated pathogen is the cause of the specific disease. Now we will talk about the postulates given by Koch. The very first postulate says the pathogen or the pathogenic microorganism must be found in abundance in all organisms suffering from the disease, but should not be found in healthy organisms. Okay, so what is it? Pathogenic microorganism must be found in abundance in all organisms suffering from the disease. In all organisms suffering from the disease, but should not be found in healthy organism. This means what? The pathogenic microorganism that is claimed to cause the disease, it should be present in all the organisms that are suffering from this particular disease. If two individuals are suffering from malaria, the same pathogenic organism should be found in both the patients. It is like this. And it should not be found in any healthy person or any healthy organism. Okay. Let's go to the second postulate. The microorganism must be isolated. The microorganism means the pathogen here. Microorganism must be isolated. The microorganisms must be isolated from a diseased organism organism and grown in pure culture and grown in pure culture. This is for the purpose of study. So the causal organism or the pathogen should first be isolated from the diseased organism and it should be grown in pure culture to study it. Okay. Next, see what do we have? The cultured organism should cause disease when introduced into a healthy organism, should cause disease when introduced into a healthy organism. All right. Now, the organism that was claimed to cause disease in that affected or in that diseased person, that very organism, when cultured in pure cultured medium, is not changing. Okay. So that very organism, when is being reintroduced into another healthy organism, should have that equal vigor or equal potential to cause disease. And this diseased person should show similar symptoms like that diseased organism from which the microorganism or the pathogen was isolated. All right. Now we come to the fourth postulate. What is that? The microorganism or the pathogen must be re-isolated from the inoculated. Wait, let's write. The microorganism or the pathogen, you can say, must be re-isolated from the inoculated diseased experimental host, and identified as being identical to the original specific positive agent, identical to the original specific positive agent. So the microorganism is now re-isolated from the inoculated or diseased experimental host. Okay, it is being re-isolated. Okay. And now this should be now identified as being identical to the original. What does this mean? Now it is compared to the original pathogen, whether it is having similarities or not. Okay, if it is truly that particular organism, it will have similarities. So this is how Koch's postulate must be followed in order to come to a conclusion. Now see, all these above, all these steps which we have just discussed are known as Koch's postulate or Koch's rules. If all such steps are followed and proved true, then the isolated pathogen is identified as the organism responsible for the disease. Okay, now Koch's postulates are mostly possible with pathogens like fungi, bacteria, parasitic higher plants, nematodes, and certain viruses. Okay, so this is how we come to the conclusion now. I hope you have learned from this, learned a new concept. Thank you so much for attending the lecture. Stay connected. We'll soon be back with a fresh new topic. Till then, goodbye.